like this and flip it over. But you know, it's not the smoothest operation, and it does take a little strength.
Yeah.
The man for fixing the tire, this is preferred over the bike stand.
Yeah.
This is the best deal. And it does need to be in the highest or the smallest sprocket. That's where we're at now. Smallest sprocket is the closest to the outside. The wheel doesn't need to be turning. In fact, it's better if it stops. And I have an axle in here that's designed for that little bog trailer. That's what these elongated things are. But it's still a quick disconnect. And probably tighter than it needs to be. There we go. And especially with these on, it's better just to pull the skewer completely out. On the small end of the spring, they always go together like that. Otherwise, if you turn them around, the tire assembly won't fit properly into the bike frame. And now it's just a matter of, first you have to release the brake, which if you're on top of the game, you do this before you flip the bike over. But with disc brakes, this step is avoided because disc brakes are here.
Yeah.
So just like
So
that.
yours are caliper brakes,
Yeah, right.
which makes an extra step at
That's
this
correct.
point. So, yeah, not applicable to disc brakes
That's
then.
right. So if you just hold this back like this, it holds the chain out. Come around this side, Brent. See how the chain is kind of over the sprocket here? So if you pull this back, that clears it coming up, and you can just bring it right on up. You're out, lift this off, and you're done. That's the secret, is holding this back. Now when you go back on, one thing you want to be careful with these e-assist bikes is they have this speed sensor here. And while I have a new one at home, if you ever break yours off, if you break yours off 100 miles from home, you're without it till you get home. So be careful as you lift it off that you don't break the speed sensor. I've done it. So be careful with that. You hold this, and then this top chain here, you can kind of hook on the top like that.
You hook it onto the sprocket before you start setting the...
Yeah, see, and that's not where it ultimately goes, but it has to be on top of the sprocket. It has to be on that side of the sprocket as you go down. So you hold this back then, like that, and then set that in the chain, and then just kind of roll it on down. And set it, keep going down till it sets in that deal. That's really all there is to it. Hold this back, up. I'm up against those brakes. That's a problem you won't have with calipers. So that's why I'm kind of having to tug on it there just a little bit. See, that's how the chain winds up.
I see that.
So that's why you
got that.
put this back. It's basically just to hold the chain out of the way while you're doing the rest of the job here.
Yep, temporarily.
Yeah.
You're putting that, what is the bottom part of the chain.
Yeah, the bottom part of the chain.
You're putting it onto the sprocket to hold it out of the way.
I'm having trouble here with the chain hooking a little bit on this shield here. But all superfluous stuff.